So I bought this kit from, I don't know, some company that sells these silly kits, and it gives you 5 horns, and it's supposed to play Dixie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, that kind of like Dukes of Hazzard things. And my original intention was I wanted to play the Pine Grove Blues. I wanted to modify it to play the Pine Grove Blues, but the problem is that there's not enough time. I would have to play the Pine Grove Blues really quickly, and it would be such a speeded up version. And so I decided to go with the LSU fight song, or LSU pregame actually. So the way this works is it's a little motor with a little tab in the center, and when it gets 12 volts, it spins, right? And it also, inside there, it's also got a blower, a compressor, so it fills this chamber up with air, and it spins this at the same time. It takes about 4 seconds to make a revolution, which means this song has to be something along the lines of 3.5 seconds, so I didn't have time for the Pine Grove Blues. And then what it does is, you're looking at the inside now, so it spins this disc, and it makes these holes line up with these holes on the outside, and then those holes are connected via this tubing, and then the tubing goes to each individual horn, and each horn makes its own note. So when you look at this disc, the distance from the center to the outside, or the radius, is going to tell you which horn or which note gets played, and then the length of the opening, or however the circumference of that opening, the arc length, is the length of the note. So knowing that, I can figure out, I'm going to go back and figure out what the notes of the horns are, and then I'll make my own disc, and it's going to play LSU pregame, or at least that's the whole idea. Okay, so I made the new disc, and I also found that I have 2 horns. One is in C and one is in E. So I got a C and an E, which is going to be good for 1 and 3, and I'm now going to put my disc onto my little motor. Okay, so now I've reassembled my little blower and gearbox, and I hooked it up to the C and the E horns with these tubes, and I got it all hooked up to a 12-volt battery charger, and we're going to test it out. Now we're going to test it and see what we get.